All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. I got some good guests with me as usual, and the chat is filling up fast. Our good brother Alan is not feeling too hot today, so he's probably not going to say a whole lot. I'm sure he's going to be vocal in the side chat. So normally I would throw it over to Alan to get us started off right. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I'm sure he's going to say hi, though, right, Alan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm glad everybody's showing up. But as you can tell, I've got a really, really bad cold. And so if you don't want to catch it, put on your masks.
All right. Val, are you able to see the side chat or no?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to have you pull a little bit of Alan duty here in a second. All right, so let's get started off right, guys. If you guys would, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands with liberty and justice for all.
One nation, liberty, justice for all.
I know. Damn it. You threw me on the spot.
I don't think it's ever been said right anytime I've ever been here.
It has.
I said it right because I was reading
it. Cheated.
Not really, but
yeah. I was trying not to cheat because I don't cheat.
You got to cheat? But what's the text of the Second Amendment?
Use Google
without looking it up. Come on.
Oh, you're asking everybody or just Scotsman?
It was mainly Scotsman. I just wanted to see if anybody could answer it, really.
not word for word, no.
I could. I just got thrown off there because I couldn't. I screwed up the damn pledge. Like, I've never screwed that up, and I fucked that up. So, yeah, we're off to a shit show already.
Big Al, what's up? There's Miss Thack. What's going on?
That's what I was missing for the second night. The first few, a well-regulated militia.
There's Uncle John.
What the hell are you doing?
That's not it, Val.
It was my phone was ringing. I got the thing on the phone. The whole Constitution. You guys talk. I got it was my mom. I gotta call her back.
Well, and so I would like to take a moment and thank everybody that has given me birthday wishes and so forth on all the different platforms, Facebook and YouTube and everything else, man. Thank you everybody for wishing me a happy birthday today.
I didn't know it was your birthday today. Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, can you believe it? I actually got older.
I didn't know anything about you getting older. I just thought you were hatched.
Well, happy birthday, brother.
See if I can find something real quick. I'll be right back. Hang tight.
I just got a message from a buddy of mine. I looked it up. Armor Alley, ARMORALLY. Armor Alley website has the PF940V2, the full-size polymer 80 frames on sale for $99 right now. And they're in stock.
Battle Bean. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, Mario? How you been, brother?
I've been great, man. I've been doing good. So it's been April's been a little busy for me because the wife had a birthday, and that's why I wasn't able to be with you guys last Sunday. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
You are such a plethora of excitement, Mr. RTT. I just want you to know that.
Let me ramp up that energy level a little bit.
Oh my God, yes, totally. Red Bull gives you wings. What's going on, Mr. JH? How are you, sir?
I am better than I deserve, but not as good as Alan, although he does have a bad cold. It is his birthday. Now, that's just not good to be sick on your birthday.
Yeah, that's no good, man. That's like, yeah, that's real bad. And where did the Slovakian knucklehead go at? Slovakian, where the fuck he's from?
He's talking to his mom or going to the
Oh,
bathroom.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll give him credit then. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hey,
Hey, Mario.
Hey,
We
Scotsman,
need
what are you doing, fucker?
We probably need to say hey to some of those out there. Scotsman wanted Val to do it, but he's talking to his mom. So
Oh, you want me to run through the chat, or you want to do it? You want to do it?
you go ahead. Everybody tells me on Friday nights that Chico reads a lot better than I do. So you go ahead.
Yeah, if you would,
That is-
Mario, I'm
that is-
slightly debilitated at the moment. So
Thank you, Mr. Allen. How are you, sir? Nice to hear from you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's go through the side chat real quick. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody out there who's tuning in on this Sunday. We got James Pollard out there, Ocean 374, Uncle John, Mystic Guns. Hey, Mystic. Gray Note, Broke Loaders out there. AD O'Near. I don't know if I said your name right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Gun Loving Grandpa. AR Guns 1776, Anna Lee Brown, welcome. Ozzy Osbourne's out there. Let me see. Squatch Reloading's out there. You're my hero, Squatch. I just want you to know that. Big Al, Jason Stewart's out there. Uncle John, Keith Gregory, Senior Master Sergeant Bulldogs out there. Matt Davis is out there. Let me see. Firearms 101's out there. Chris 338's out there. Alan Gal 57. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? AOK Forging and Adventures is out there. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I always love your videos, by the way. Keith Gregory's out there. Jerry Parker's out there, and a wrench and the bolts. I think that's pretty much it. If I missed anybody, just hit me up. We'll make sure we get you guys accounted for. Thank you guys all for joining.
Did you say the Emperor's out there?
The Emperor's out there?
The Emperor is here.
The
PC
Emperor?
Bullet Empire and
Oh, hello, Gunners.
yeah.
Hey, leave that vicious bird alone, man. Why are you collecting birds? What's wrong with you? What the hell? All of a sudden, you're like that. You're like the freaking Australian guy. Look at this beauty.
It's a chicken, you dumbass. I'm showing I'm not racist. I have a black chicken.
Oh, you got a black chicken. Okay, well, congratulations. You got a yardbird. Congratulations.
So it's Alan's birthday, and I'm not going to sing happy birthday. I already screwed one thing up. I'm not screwing that up, too. But I did find one thing, and I don't know how well this is going to come across, but Alan, this is for you, buddy. There you go.
Thank you.
Mario actually
Thank
said,
you very much. I mean, I was once serenaded by Insight Freedom last year doing the hashtag Tender Famous, and that one's rather epic in my book.
Scotty Hottie, yes.
Now Mario said he would join me in serenading Alan though for his birthday, didn't you, Mario?
Oh yeah, we totally would do it, bro.
Please, gentlemen, please.
Of course, BFF, we could do it. Go for it.
Happy birthday to you,
Aaron.
Happy birthday.
You fuck it up, man. Damn, man. I'm trying to go with the side commentating here, bro.
I'm trying. That's done. That was good enough.
Yeah, that's about it. All you get, man. Fuck you.
The only thing we couldn't see was Alan's face. Come on, man.
You did see it shortly, you know. It was happy-go-lucky. There he is. Hey, unmute your shit, fucker.
He's all.
I know he's all puffed up and stuffy and all right.
Yeah, I am just not feeling very beautiful at the moment. We'll just say that.
Yes.
No one ever said you look beautiful. We just said you look
nobody's
beautiful.
ever said that shit about you.
Well, he just said he's feeling less beautiful. So
it's
his birthday. Let him have his moment.
Okay, all right.
You gotta be sweet. You're so mean for a Mexican.
I am. Sorry. I'm so blunt. God.
I thought only Scottish people are freaking mean.
Oh, blunt? No. We're just as bad, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing about it, we'll tell you in 2 languages.
So we got topics for today?
Well, you brought up on my video that we should throw that up here, so I think we're going to throw that up here as a topic. So, systemic racism.
Yeah, that's absolutely there is systemic racism because we don't have a white entertainment tonight. We don't have a white Miss America. We don't have a white college fund. Absolutely.
Yes,
And
white people are getting fucked with no lube.
And you only racist when you're white. So Black Lives Matter is having a rally down in Florida right now.
Can you read this?
Blow him up.
I'm trying.
Chicago man faces murder charges for shooting death a 7-year-old Jaslyn Adams.
Oh, look at that.
Was that the thing where he shot him in a drive-thru of McDonald's or something?
Yeah. There you go. That's exactly it.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, you don't see Black Lives Matter talking about that little girl.
Yeah,
No.
because it black on black crimes doesn't exist.
They're not talking about that little girl. And it's just, thank God the cops didn't show up to stop that. I mean, I would have hate to have seen them like shoot that guy before he ended that little girl's life. It just would have been the most tragic thing ever.
Yep.
You see, when I grew up in Czechoslovakia, we basically was all white people. There's only black people I ever saw was a couple of exchange students from Africa. The only other race that we had that you come across were gypsies, and they were really minority, and they were like they lived their own freaking life. You know, they pretty much lived in the ghetto. And back in the day, communists kind of kept them in check, and they had their own world. So we never really thought about it. For me, it didn't really matter. I meet people on a daily basis and meet people at shooting games and poke at each other. Never looked at like never think twice about he's black or he's Asian or whatever. We make fun of each other either way. As a matter of fact, we shot with this black dude on the squad, and we start talking, and I go like this USPSA sport is the most racist sport in the world. Because why? Well, we got brown targets, we shoot them, and the white targets are good guys, no shoot. Like, what the hell? That's racist.
That is so damn true, man. No love for the brown people. I see that shit all the time. And I'm like, that's why I don't shoot that shit. I'm like, no.
It's just realism. Just realism. That's all.
I'm not shooting my own people, okay? Even if they're cardboard.
The whole point to these IDPA and USPSA is self-defense shooting and adding realism to it. So that's why they do that.
So is it police training? So they only shoot the black ones, not the white ones? Is that what you're saying? It is police training?
It's probably.
Kingpin brings up a great point. 27 more kids just like that from 2021 alone. But you never hear about it. Never, ever hear about it. And then we got people like Maxine Waters calling for violence, to incite more violence. And then we have someone else jump on that this week. We had Jim Clyburn, or Clyburn, whatever the hell you say his last name is. But he has jumped on the bandwagon and is supporting everything that Maxine Waters has said, and basically doing the same thing, inciting violence.
How is Maxine Waters not in freaking jail or expelled from the Congress? I mean, imagine Trump saying something like that.
Because she throws. It's like every other freaking. I'm not saying all black people, because I know a lot of great people that are not like that, but I would say half of the black people out there have that tribal mentality where they don't feel like they're American, they're African. And to them, everything you throw at them is a threat. Anybody who's white, they look at you differently.
And those people never been to Africa.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I'm not being disrespectful towards blacks, but I mean, that's just the way they think. I mean, I grew up in the hood, man. I know how that shit is. I'm not saying I'm like some sort of expert when it comes to black people, but just I know how they think. I'm not saying, it's just the tribal mentality they have. That they have this fucking thing where they see you differently and they think of you differently. They think of themselves as away from all that, and that everybody's against them. That's why I'm like, honestly, guys, I'm fucking tired of all this shit with black people playing like they're victims and shit. Fuck that. Honestly,
and this is the problem, and it's being pushed by the media and by the government for them to keep acting this way. And
because
that's where the problem comes into play.
Well, the biggest machine of all this shit is the media. The media loves to throw this shit because to them is ratings. To them is like, we make money out of this shit. Let's keep this shit going. To politicians, they're like, man, let's keep this going because you know what? We're making progress and we're able to pass policies that we never thought we'd be able to pass before. So let's keep having all these fools be mad at each other. That's what they're doing. They're playing that book to the T, man. But see, here's the thing. Look at everybody in this panel. We all come from different places. You got a communist over here. You got a Mexican. I mean, what more do you want? You got a fucking guy from where are you from? Scotland? No, there you go. You got a guy that likes Glocks all the time. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah, we actually let him on the panel. I know.
That's right. But I'm just saying is that to me it's just a bunch of crap. Like like RTT and I can tell you from our years in the military, there is no color in the military.
And Graynote said it too, and I said it in the video as well. It's all about separation, divide, and conquer. And they've been doing this for many, many years, bringing this into play through media, through advertising, professional sports. And we're not talking about any names. We're not promoting any names out there, but professional sports, professional bullshit.
LeBron James.
Dick. But get him airtime. That's all he wants is airtime because he can't get any in the fucking court.
They're getting so blatantly stupid with it, though, and so obvious of what they're trying to do that the other side is seeing it. The people that they're trying to brainwash are beginning to see it. We gotta stay on top of it and keep showing them that what they're doing is horseshit.
And that's the thing, they're trying to, again, Maxine Waters and Jim Clyburn and all the rest of them keep calling us out to try and draw us out there to cause violence. We gotta be the bigger one in the pack and not do it.
One time, got an excellent point. The number one problem are white liberal women, and another thing is white liberal students. Because I'm afraid of for my kid all the time. He's in college. They brainwash these kids in these big ass colleges. They just brainwash them. I had so many people that either the family members went to college and 2 years later they can't even talk to them. It's just forget it. They turn upside down. And people just being brainwashed. who was it? Ibami that put on a Facebook that basically we got two groups of people: the ones that just want to be controlled, and ones that are willing to fight. Regular people are just forgetting it. They just want the vaccine and they want to go on with their lives and all that. My nephew teaches at the University of Maryland, and they just send him an email saying if he wants to come back to school in September, he's got to be vaccinated.
Yeah, and that's bullshit there too. Trying to force vaccinate is bullshit.
Well, look at it this way: we always had a forced vaccination. My kids had to have a certain shots in order to be in school. Otherwise, they couldn't go to school. So we always had it. So we can't say that they can't do it because they did it before. Problem is, they were vaccinated against something that was actually bad, not against the glorified freaking flu.
The problem comes into play is technically they're not supposed to be able to force vaccinate something that has not been approved. And it's not approved. It's only emergency use authorization. Therefore, it should not be allowed to go through and be a forced vaccination.
Not only that, but they keep pushing for the vaccines that you need 2 shots, and now they're saying you're gonna need it every 6 months, opposed to like a Johnson & Johnson that you only get 1 shot and you're done for life.
Go ahead, man.
Shit doesn't make sense. It's way too many holes.
Down at Atlanta University Center, they have required all teachers, staff, and students before fall semester comes around that they have to be vaccinated for COVID-19, contingent on it being approved for not just emergency standard. It's got to pass all of everything before that law or that ruling will be established.
Yep. Go ahead, Matt. You want to say something?
I don't know. No, now I don't have no idea what I was going to say earlier, but this Anna Lee Brown said, pretty sure chickenpox aren't that bad. Do they do a chickenpox vaccine now?
Hey guys, I almost died from that shit. So I was
going to say it can kill you.
The way when I was growing up, the way it was, if somebody has a kid, if you had the chickenpox, they would bring everybody on the street to your house, so everybody gets it, and then you want to get it. You want to get the shit while you kid.
But do they do a chickenpox vaccine now?
Yeah, I think they do it at the start of their. I think after their 6 months of. You mean their 6 month shots? You know when they get like 5 or 6 shots. Okay. I think that's when they get the chickenpox shot.
Oh, because I had chickenpox late. I was a teenager when I got chickenpox.
No, I got it when I was like 12, and it messed me up real bad.
Yeah, the older you are, the more brutal they are.
Yeah, it is.
I was like 14. It was fucking miserable.
Has anybody heard the name Garrett van den Bossiehow?
God bless you. I don't know.
He's a PhD. He's like the largest vaccinator on the face of the planet. His resume is just absolutely incredible. He's worked with vaccinations all over the globe, and he came out and he's hammering the COVID vaccinations. Because what it boils down to is the COVID vaccine is targeting a certain thing, and it's making the immune system weaker for everything else under the sun, including various strains of COVID. So when COVID morphs, which it always does, viruses do, it's going to make people even sicker. That the vaccines that are being administered right now is specifically targeting a certain thing, and it's making everybody's immune system worse and more susceptible to other different viruses and strains. So my theory in this is that Yeah, they want you to get a vaccine for something that's hardly not killing anybody at all. But then they're going to then they're going to put out some other virus.
Well, I'm at the New York State health.gov, and this says right here, let's see, required for pre-K is DTAP, hepatitis B, measles, mumps, polio, and chickenpox. And then for middle school and high school, Tdap vaccine, whatever the hell that is, I can't even pronounce it, ACY. And then there's additional, that's HIV and PCV. So there's a lot of vaccines. I know when my kids got their vaccines, the doctor wanted to give them like five shots in one day. And my wife was like, nope, I'll come here 5 times. You give them 1 shot. I will come back in a couple of weeks.
So I don't even, like the whole thing about a vaccine existing and people getting it, like, isn't my problem. Like, I don't care that the vaccine exists. I don't care, like, if you guys choose to go get it, do your thing. But at least you chose to go get it. This talk of, like, vaccine passports, not being allowed to travel unless you've had the vaccine, school. I mean, all of these restrictions they want to put on us if we don't forcefully get the vaccine is where my problem comes in. If you want to get it, I mean, as long as it's freely your choice, go for it. Get 10 of them. I don't care,
Well, that's the thing. It should be freedom of choice. We're supposed to be in a free country. It should be freedom of choice, and that's how it should be. Free will. Jamie, what are you showing us?
All right, this is from Chris 338, and he's got no idea. All he knows is this is 38 special. Can anybody help us figure out what exactly this cartridge is and what it's doing? And
I thought it was a suppository.
I have no idea.
What the hell is this?
The one on the left is 38 special, the empty case.
yes,
And the one on the right is something else.
I'm assuming that's 38 special also, but it's a little bit shorter. Might be 38 Smith & Wesson. A little bit shorter than
I
special.
would say that might be, because that's about the only one I can think of.
But what is it? Looks like it's got a piece of rubber hose on it.
Honey Creek Road says that's a training ammo from Europe.
Okay.
And that could be, because it kind of looks like that similar to the simulation crap.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. James agrees. 38 Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, it's a little bit fatter. The projectile is a little bit fatter than the 357s that we're used to. I don't know exactly what, but all right, Chris, I hope that helps, buddy. That was from Chris 338. Sent me a message on Facebook, and hopefully that helped him out. So that did not look reloadable, did it?
No, not with whatever that was wrapped around it. I doubt it.
Say it didn't even look shootable. Much less reloadable.
How did we go from vaccine to 38 Smith & Wesson?
Well, how did we go from systemic racism to talking about damn vaccine?
Because vaccines are racist.
And if y'all remember last week, 3 different times y'all got off the rails, and I had to figure out something to get you back talking about gun stuff. So,
Well, we don't talk about gun stuff. We bitch about a lot of things on this chat.
It's all good, man. You bitch about everything. It's all good. Still love you though. No homo.
So I used to go to this club. I used to go shoot there every Tuesday. Every Tuesday they had what's called a
I
practice.
thought it was a Roxbury. Ding, 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 ding.
No, it was a shooting. It was a shooting club, you freaking gay Mexican. And every Tuesday they had a practical action league from, I don't know, 6 to 9 or something like that. Then they raised the prices, whatever. I stopped going there because kind of got boring. But I'm still on the mailing list. So I got an email about shooting next Tuesday and precautions, stay away, and mask and all that. And I snapped, I replied back. I'm like, please take me off this email list because it makes my blood boil. And you should all just go to the Como's office, turn in your freaking pistols, and turn in your goddamn pistol permits. Because if you're following all this, I shot matches at 4 different states. Not once I had to wear a mask. So you know what? Just take me off the list. You guys suck. But bad enough we live in this stupid state, and these fuckers, you know, they're gonna say mole on lay, but yeah, put the freaking mask on.
Okay, Chris says that it says 38 special on both cases, whether you have a mask on or not.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Now I got the damn fucking don't hurt me. Hey, but all you guys talking shit about me in the side chat, fuck you. Thank you.
I never knew what a perfect circle. I never knew what a perfect circle looked like until I met Mario.
Oh yes, totally, bro.
So y'all guys get a room already.
You complete me.
Oh god.
Come on, man. You guys gotta have fun, man. It's like
There's a question for you, Battle Bean.
oh, there is. Oh, I'm sorry. Which one is it?
I got it pulled up.
Oh no, bro. No, I am not part of the Home Depot crew. That's what we call the Home Depot crew, is the Coast Guard, because those fuckers wear orange all the time, and that's so when they fall on their ass off the water, they can see them. But
unlike the Navy, that gets camouflage that looks like the water.
Looks like the water.
Like,
and I'm like, how do you know when a man's overboard, you dumb fucks? Like,
right.
What are you guys thinking? And now they got this pickle suit color, and I'm like, it still looks like shit. It's dark. How the fuck am I gonna see you?
Well, it looks more like Marpat, but greener.
It does. It does.
But I actually think that blue, that tri-blue, that I think it's a tricolor or 4-color blue that looks like water. I actually think it looks really cool. It'd be a great nighttime camo.
Yeah.
But it's insane for a boat crew.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get either, man. But you know, I can't really talk shit because the Army did come up with that stupid ass gray color fucking camouflage. Like, hello, that shit doesn't work.
The ACUs. Oh
yeah, those things fucking suck, dude. That was the worst fucking shit ever. I went to Iraq with that shit, man.
Angry Cops does a great video.
No, I saw that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, bro.
They burn it.
We went to Iraq with that fucking uniform, dude. It did not help for shit anywhere.
No, it doesn't do any good anywhere at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, it did help.
There's not a single combat environment that matches that.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe the moon. Maybe they'll bring it back for Space Force.
Now, let me ask you guys something. So we started talking about camouflage uniforms. I think there was an article where the Army has asked law enforcement to stop wearing their camouflage because they are being confused as soldiers. Now, we must understand the civilians do not understand the difference. You know, what do you guys think about that?
Repeat that. I was reading what Warsaw wrote.
Oh, Warsaw, quiet. No, I said that there was an article where the Army had asked law enforcement to stop wearing their camo pattern because they've been using the Scorpion, what do they call that? OCP. That's what they're using, right? They've asked law enforcement to stop using that pattern because they're being confused by the general public is thinking that these are soldiers, and in most cases they're not. Now we understand that they're not the only ones that wear them. I mean, you wear them too.
Yeah, I wear it.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, number one, I don't know why the police are wearing camouflage. That's probably first and foremost.
Yeah, you're right.
Stick to a gray, stick to a black, stick to a blue. I know that like sheriff's department, like LA County Sheriff wears green. There is no reason for the police to be wearing camouflage. There's not. That's not the areas that they are work in. There's
right.
It's like me wearing gray out in the desert. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah, exactly.
With that said, the police, if they want to be fucking special, can come up with their own camo pattern. Maybe borrow one from a foreign unit somewhere that's not recognizable as a U.S. U.S. military camo pattern. But yeah, if they're going to be wearing camo around, number one, I ask why. Number two, if you don't want the expense of coming up with your own, borrow one from another unit that's a foreign unit.
Or get a pink. They can have a pink camo, right?
Yeah, I can see you doing that. You're going to be like the Power Ranger. Go Power Rangers!
Pink and purple. Mix it up. Yeah. There's your camo.
Hell yeah, man! Pink camo. That's hot.
So
I know Jesse would approve of that one. Ain't that right?
Graynote said, I think the camo isn't owned by the Army. Law enforcement had it first, as did civilians. There are two OCP Scorpion and Multicam are actually different. We had Multicam out here in civilian world and so on. It is owned by Cry Precision. OCP was actually made by the Army.
Yep.
It's almost not noticeably different, but nonetheless, OCP is somewhat different, and it was made by the Army.
Yeah, because see, the thing about it is the Army was actually going to the multicam, but these guys that owned that pattern got greedy, and the Army said, fuck you, we're going to do it anyways, and we're going to do it our own way, and we're going to create our own pattern. And so they kind of screwed themselves because instead of, the greed got the best of them. And that's how they ended up losing that contract.
Yeah, because when they got that gray digital pile of shit that they called ACUs.
Yep.
During those contests to see what multicam would win, or what camouflage would win, ACU wasn't even part of that. It wasn't even part of that testing. The three that came out on top for that testing was multicam, the actual Cry multicam, a digital multicam, which is really cool if you haven't seen it, and then another almost the old tricolor, the old tan tricolor, with some green added to it, if I remember correctly. Those are the three that came out on top with the lowest IR signatures, best concealment, so on and so on and so on. But instead, some probably major general with ties to whoever made the ACUs said, "Here you go, and here's what wins," even though it was never tested at all. So they scrapped the whole thing, and when they figured out that ACUs was garbage,
garbage,
and it went through its paces. Instead of taking multicam, they said, we're not going to pay the royalties for multicam to Cry. We'll make our own and change 2 shades of green.
Yeah.
That's basically how that happened.
And that's basically what's happening. And then all of a sudden the Air Force says, you know what? We wanted to. We're just going to put brown letters on it.
We got to have our own.
Yeah, we get to borrow it. Fucking Air Force.
Well, and this is where I was going to go with this, but Corsair said it before I could get it out. You two fuckers wouldn't shut up. But that's all right.
Love you.
But he says, LEOs do not work in environments in which camouflage patterns would be useful. It's spelled useful wrong, but that's all right. Yeah, there's very few.
Well, Tucson PD, their camouflage is gray and brown because the only thing we have here is concrete Mexicans.
Yeah, and like I said, very few. There's some that absolutely, there's situations for sure, but there's very few.
Hey, listen, from my extensive experience playing Call of Duty, none of the camo works. I have so many combat missions behind me.
He's just as bad as Attack Daddy. You seen that fucker? He plays Call of Duty all the time, and he's putting that shit like live. Like, I ain't gonna watch you play a video game. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
He's still around.
Yeah, he's still around.
All right, like Razor brings up a good point too, that he was wearing t-shirts, sweatshirts, and jeans in Afghanistan and New Balance. You can hunt in a pair of jeans; it don't make a difference. The deer don't see it.
Yeah, but you know what? Special forces can wear whatever the fuck they want. That's the beauty of them. They can wear whatever camo pattern they want to wear.
Yeah, they want to wear black multicam. Let them wear black multicam.
They can wear whatever the fuck.
Law enforcement, regular Leos have absolutely no place at all wearing camouflaged in the slightest. They need to be known to be law enforcement. It needs to be obvious that they are cops, that they are police officers. It's one of the things that's dividing them from considering themselves civilians is they're getting more and more militarized, and it can't be that way. They are civilians. That the term cop is citizen on patrol. That you are not military. You're a citizen that's out there doing a job for enforcing law. That's it.
Ooh.
Honey Creek Road's right. One of the few colors that deer see is blue. And they see kind of brownish colors. But, somebody said if police in the cities are going to wear camouflage, it needs to be a brick wall pattern.
If they want to feel special, they want to wear camouflage, I got one for them. And I'm serious, because nobody uses this anymore, at least on the U.S. side. And that's the old M81.
The BDU?
Yeah.
Man, those things are awesome, bro.
I love them. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love them. M81 is life, my man. I mean, seriously, I love M81. But
see, man, I came in the army when it was be all that you can't be in the army.
You were wearing straight OD, weren't you?
Yeah, and I actually had to buff my freaking boots back in the day. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I remember buffing my boots.
You remember.
I remember.
Scott just give me that look like, shut the fuck up, man.
It's all right, man. It's all the shit show, so whatever.
This is important. This is important conversations that apparently only two of us are having.
Well, I can chime in. When I was in Slovakia in the army, we wore the uniforms were all green.
You're lucky you have boots. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, we had boots. I actually have my military boots. I have them here. I have my complete uniform I stole when I left the army, and I have it somewhere in the attic.
Don't say stole. It's acquired.
Well, I can say stole because it was different countries. So fuck it.
Okay, got it.
And I have it. And for the first few weeks when I was working, I actually kept wearing the boots and pants, until my guy told me, you gotta take that shit off so you don't stand up like that. But I was so accustomed to them; they were comfortable.
Did they look like those Blue Oyster freaking boots?
No, not like that.
No. Okay.
I don't remember. When I went in the Navy, It was after I got out that they started using that Godsmack song for their commercials, the Navy. Remember that? It was after I got out they started using that. But I can't remember if there was a. I just remember what Navy stands for. Never again volunteer yourself.
But you guys did look spiffy with those white uniforms on.
Oh yeah. Our dress blues though were fuck those things. Those were the hardest things getting in and out of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. And they were like an inch thick. I mean, everywhere.
Oh.
They were horrible uniforms.
So, to Honey Creek Road, I'm fixing the powder coat, just so you know.
So Razor brings up a good point here too, and the other thing that I was going to say too is most of your law enforcement will have huge ass police signs on them regardless of what they're wearing. So you already know they're police versus
No, not all the time. I've seen these knuckleheads wearing just all they wear is like U.S. patches. I'm like, you're wearing just flags. That's it. They don't even have the department logo, nothing. And I think that's what's kind of like upsetting a lot of the military folks because they're like, hey, why are you wearing that stuff, dude? That's like the stuff we wear, you know.
Not to mention staff decked up like a freaking special operation units with the chest rigs and everything. Like I don't know how they drive around in the car.
They do wear their I've seen them wear they actually wear their plate carriers, and then the plate carrier says police, but they don't always wear their plate carrier.
Yeah, our tops have the Arizona state flag, the charging American flag on our right arm. It has blood type on our right arm and our group or unit patch on our left. And then name tapes, and then on the plate carriers we have the name tapes as well. Branch and name, not branch, obviously, because it's not military, but the Southern Arizona Militia instead of branch.
And then and your name is says Skippy.
That's me, Skippy.
That's freaking hilarious, man. Hey, by the way, Devil Dog, you're right. The Marine Corps uniforms are really nice. I do dig them. They are cool. But what really a lot of people don't understand is that most Marines have to buy that uniform. I'm like, fuck that. That should be issued. I don't understand why I have to pay for that motherfucker.
If you're gonna force me to wear it.
Next time I gotta dig out the pictures from the Army.
So I've been hearing more and more reports from people around the country stating that they're starting to see factory ammo hit the shelves. Have any of you experienced any sows, anything in the stores?
I don't go to the stores. I don't buy local. Local here can fuck off.
Yeah, I don't really buy ammo, so.
Yeah, I don't buy ammo either, but I mean, whenever I go and see what they have, they do have more ammo now. I'm starting to see that they actually are getting more ammo. I'm actually starting to see there's actually primers now, which is something where, I mean, it's not at a big amount, but we're starting to see more. We're starting to see a better flow of that, so it's always good.
On the plus note, you guys know I lost my range, right? Actually, technically, I was supposed to have it till the end of the month, but I was told can't shoot that anymore because the new owners are worried about the lead poisoning. So, but looks like I found another place. I bought it on my own 40 acres, right next to the houses I'm building. Well, couple lots over. And I went there today to look it up. I just got to measure where I'm going to shoot. I got to make sure I'm 500 feet from the road because I guarantee somebody's going to call the cops. As long as I'm 500 feet off the road, they can fuck off. And I can pretty much do what I want. So I have a nice backstop, probably 30, 40 feet tall. So all natural, pretty good. I can drive up there. So I was like, awesome. I'm bringing my trailer, all my steel targets over there. I'll just see how neighbors will react.
Well, you're white. You should be fine. If it was my brown ass trying to shoot over there, they'd be like, oh, hell no. It's a cartel guy over there. He's trying to train other cartel people. We can't have that here in this neighborhood. Just fucking with y'all, man. But
maybe first time I go there, I'll just get dressed up, put my plate carrier, everything. So when they do come, they'll call the SWAT.
That's right. And have the SWAT team song in the background. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Your singing sucks.
It's okay. You still understand what the fuck I'm talking about?
Hey, no one understands what you're talking about.
It's okay.
So I've been seeing a lot of videos about this rare breed trigger. Have you guys seen any of those? And what is your thoughts? I suspect you've got something there, Matt.
You shouldn't have to fix a $350 fucking trigger. All these people, every one of them, what is it, 6 mags in, 1,000 rounds, something like that, the trigger goes to shit, and then they had to fix it. And Rare Breed's response to this is, well, it's not a big deal. Fuck Rare Breed.
I got a Timney in my AR, and I found out that you got to keep it clean. It'll lock it up. It happened on 2 separate occasions.
Well, that's the one. There's a spring geometry problem in the back of it. I think it's the back of it, and that spring gets, I think it's bent. Is it? And it just doesn't work right anymore. And all over, you can see if you can find videos where Rare Breed has returned emails to people saying, well, all you have to do is this. Well, no, if you're selling a $350 trigger, there's no all you have to do is this. It works or you're a bullshit company.
Yep, 100% agree.
Sounds like Olight to me.
What about Rise Armament? Have any of y'all tried Rise Armament triggers? I got one in one of my ARs.
I hear mixed things on those. It just depends on which one it is. I hear good and bad.
Nah, next one I'm buying is gonna be Trigger Tech Diamond.
For under $100 though, the James Madison tactical triggers, I've never had a problem. For under $100, one of the best triggers on the market.
Oh, if you're just talking triggers for trigger's sake, I mean, I don't see a reason to do anything other than the BCM trigger. It's like $40. It's super reliable. It's real crisp. I mean, it's what, 2 pounds lighter than mil spec, than like an OE. Great trigger.
Keep that in mind.
I don't know. I don't buy expensive triggers.
I'm not saying there aren't other good triggers out there, obviously. I mean, but
So have you tried the binary trigger, Matt?
no. The Echo trigger, the fire.
Yeah, it's there's a few different types out there, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't done any of those. I'm not interested. I'm not.
They work. I've shot one before, the Fostech Echo trigger. The problem is that if you try to go too fast, then you start getting hang-ups and you start having problems. You got to be real cognizant.
Yeah, you'll actually overrun the bolt.
Yep, exactly. Yep, overrun the bolt.
There's no real point to that because it's not gonna. What's it gonna help you trigger like that? It's just a novelty. It's like a bump stock.
I'm not a fan of anything that takes you out of your standard training regimen.
That's right, like Black Perfection.
You're either firing on the pull or you're not. If you're not firing, it's because you're not pulling the trigger. Want to get a light trigger, like a 2-pound trigger, or some crazy lightweight trigger that, a gnat flies by and farts on the trigger, it goes off, whatever. But if it does anything but fire on the pull, I really don't want to have anything to do with it.
I can understand that. I kind of agree.
Do you want me to go through the side chat again?
Yeah, please do.
All right, let's go through the side chat again. We got the New York Outcasts out there. We got Senior Master Sergeant Bulldogs out there. We got Bald and Curious in the panel. We got Daniel, God is my judge. How you doing, Knucklehead? Chico Wise is out there. Alaskan Ballistic is out there. By the way, bro, are you guys starting to have the never mind, I'll talk about it later. Vanessa Kitty's here. Booger Dog? All right, whatever. Pops Quest, Zen Masters out there. What's going on, brother? Ozzy Osbourne's out there. Great note. James Pala. Let me see who else we got over here. We got Rob Painless is out there. B-Borg's out there. Lakeview Outdoors. In the compound with Clyde. I don't know, man. That sounds pretty weird. Anyways, Bernabe Sanchez is out there. Kyle Lusk is out there. Anna Lee Brown is out there. Vanessa Kitty. Gun Loving Grandpa. Patriot in the Dark. Does that sound like that? That sounds like that. Never mind. Okay. Let me see. Who else we got out there? We got Bald and Curious in the panel. And West Covina Dodge is out there. What's going on, Pat? Great note. Firearms 101. Keith Gregory. And Michael Ray. I think that's pretty much everybody. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. And thank you guys all for watching. Oh, Jerry Parker's here too. Sorry. And Fresh Fowler.
You got a question there. It's on screen, fucker.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never, bro. I never went. I always use semi, bro. It just that's just the way I was taught. That's the way it's just you're more effective shooting semi. It's always been ingrained in us and never shooting full or 3-round burst. I've done it in training, but never in combat. To me, combat was more semi. Just you're more effective, and the one aspect that you got to remember is that you will go through ammo so damn quick in a firefight. So, if you have that thing on full burst, you're just wasting rounds. So,
I already explained Glock Perfection to you.
Glock Perfection, yes.
So.
Perfection.
Beautiful. It was funny. He goes, "Let me see how this thing goes." Yes! He throws it in the target. Look, the slide broke. I'm like, golly. Why am I watching this? This hurts me.
Hey, man, you're going to test something. You got to test it right.
Pop says if you need a sexy trigger for your AR, go buy an AK-47.
Yeah, by the way, did you call Glock for a replacement? You should do that.
I'm just sending it in. Have them fix it.
There you go. Hey, can you guys fix this for me?
Yeah, test a warranty.
So if you guys watched the video for the Spider tool holster,
Spider tool.
Ever since I bought that, it's on my belt. And that one video I did, the company actually reached out to me through Instagram, and they sent me a bunch of them to test. A bunch of different attachments they got. That,
what is it?
Pretty neat.
What is
so
it?
Pops makes an excellent point here. Most people can't do a decent mag change, but they want to go fast trigger. What the fuck are you gonna do when you run out of ammo? Exactly.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised, man. You know, like we had this thing where we do mag change all the time, you know, and it was kind of ingrained to us with the muscle memory kind of thing. But even then, you still have trouble with it. And I could definitely agree with the Zen Master what he's talking about. That's why I would always tell everybody, if you're gonna practice with the gun you carry, you gotta get in the habit of doing the magazine change. I see RTT does that all the time in his videos. He looks mighty tactical too. I like it.
No, like the guys, like, so classes are classes. I have a structure that I run certain classes through, right? And that's what they get. But with the militia group, when we're doing whether it's live or dry fire training, it's usually a lot of mag changes. Mag change. Oftentimes it'll be, start from either Sul or low ready, go up, click, change rifle mag, sling to pistol mag, and back out 1 and 1 for each one. And we'll do that for a long time because, it's that Pops is absolutely right. I mean, if you can't recharge that gun, you may as well put it down.
I've seen plenty of people over the years of training and stuff that even ones that are supposed to be trainers that don't know how to do a proper mag change.
I'm sure all you guys see the same asshole at the range every time, right? You're like, you're going one at a time, making sure you're working on your trigger control, breathing, whatever the fuck it is you're working on, and all of a sudden you got this little punk ass fucking 19-year-old go, bah, 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 didn't hit shit. But he shot 20 fucking rounds, but he didn't hit shit. And I'm like, looking, I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And I'm like, you're fucking dumbass, dude.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of those out there.
And my thing is that these are the same morons that get CCWs, and then you wonder why so many fucking people get fucking shot if they actually get an altercation. Yeah.
There's two people, and it's a difference in mindset on how people shoot. So there's plenty of people out there that do a lot of target shooting. It's very slow. It's very precise. They're doing it, like that for a reason. They're trying to put a hole within a hole within a hole. They're not practicing for defensive shooting. They're not practicing for high stress, life-saving shooting. And so that's where my mind always is. My mind's never in competition. My mind's never in slow-paced, slow, meticulous target shooting. So when I hear people say, well, about 3/4 of the way through that trigger, I felt a little creak. I'm like, why did you feel the creak? Like, what were you doing that you felt a teeny tiny creak 3/4 of the way through that fucking trigger pull? Because in my brain, you're putting 5 in your target right now, as fast as possible. And so every time I hear people say that, I'm like, oh, why? Why? Like the guy that says the ridges in the Glock trigger, they bother me. Like, you can feel those?
Those motherfuckers got like sniper fucking fingers, dude.
Right?
They can feel everything, bro. I'm like, God, I can feel everything. I did have a guy that was fucking nuts like that, but and it's kind of interesting. He was actually a Marine recon sniper, and he went into the National Guard. And that fool went to the best sniper competition and got second place. Second place, and the only person that beat him was some freaking special forces guy.
Well, I expect a sniper to feel that. I expect a sniper to
exactly
to be that guy. I fully expect that. Is the bad lever a good addition on an AR? If you put it on all your guns, if you put it on all your guns, sure. If you only put it on one of them, I don't know what the point was. But transition to a tight shot And do you prep the trigger? Do I prep the trigger after I shoot? I go from the break. Where's my hand? I go I go from the break, reset, prep, and that's the next shot.
Who the hell's popping pills? Like,
Right.
Price dispenser.
That's probably Alan. I don't know. He's still on mute.
Alan, what are you chewing on, man? These nuts?
No, what me? Even though I just took a bunch of drugs.
Me. Okay. Sorry, old man, Grandmaster.
Glock triggers don't match it. No, but Hooked on Phonics does.
I'm offended by that comment.
Damn Mexicans offended by the comment.
I don't give a fuck. Everybody's out there. Oh my god, why are you insinuating shit? I'm like, I ain't insinuating shit. I just tell it like it is. You don't like it? Fuck you. I don't care.
That's why you fit right in.
I ain't gonna change who I am, man. I'm at a point in my life that you know how old people get that they just don't give a shit if they're not next to you and they just fart and they don't give a fuck. They just look at you like, oh yeah, I ate some freaking hot dogs. I don't give a shit no more.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that level, bro. It's awesome.
You know Jeff Dunham, Mario?
Yes, I am very familiar with Jeff Dunham.
You look like jalapeno on a stick.
On a stick.
But you have an attitude of the old man.
Hey, that's what your mother said. No, but that's cool, dude, man. I like him, and I definitely love Peanut. Peanut is cool as fuck.
There's a question for you, Matt.
So shooting to reset, I've seen a number of different videos on a couple of predominant channels that they say shooting to reset's a good thing. A couple of them say you'll never use that in a real situation. Me personally, I'll shoot to reset when I'm actually attempting to do something properly. If I'm just doing gratuitous mag dumps, I'll slap the hell out of a trigger and just come off of it every single time. Question is what does everybody actually train to do? Do you actually train to shoot to reset?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Even if you mag dumping, you're not gonna come off the trigger completely. You're going to reset and you're going back. And then let's say if you gotta take a precise shot, right after the reset, you're gonna come back and you're gonna prep the trigger just before the wall, just before it breaks. That's when you gotta take a precise shot, because then you only have that 16th of an inch or whatever movement to actually break the shot. But you gotta find that spot. That's one thing we were training with the JJ Rakaza. He was big on prepping the trigger. But even if you're just shooting regular bill drill, where you're just trying to pop six shots, center mass, A zone, you're still gonna ride the reset. You're never gonna come off the trigger. You just don't, because it's a muscle memory.
So you're back. Yeah, you're back on the wall. Once your muzzle goes level again, you're back on the wall, ready for that next shot. There shouldn't be any prep left. And I think Pop said it out there. If you feel like, if you bang, click, bang, click, yeah. If you feel the reset, you're shooting far too slow, at least for defensive shooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where the cool fire trainer comes in handy, because you don't have to rock the slide. It'll mimic the slide movements. It'll reset the trigger. You just got to be careful using that, especially if you're a dot shooter, because I actually got a video coming up on that, because the way the dot reacts with a cool fire is different than it does with a live fire. So you just got to be careful on that. But if you're just strictly for the trigger,
Yeah, I think for a defensive situation, you guys are focusing way too much on the trigger. Defensive situation, you're focused more on your target and what's going on with your target.
Yeah, and even to that extent, you're focused on the target, not on the sights.
In many situations, I mean, you're shooting from retention or, shooting before you get to full presentation, things like that. And people can disagree with me all they want. If you're shooting at somebody in high stress, especially if you're already getting shot at, but if you're shooting at somebody, you are jerking that trigger like nobody's business. Just the smooth, straight back pull that you practice all the time. All the practice helps, but you're still jerking the trigger. I promise.
I think jerking the trigger is a kind of a myth.
Well, I mean, like really going after it instead of a smooth linear pull.
You can see a jerking of trigger with the new shooters. Like I was a friend of mine just bought his first pistol, and he's almost 60. So I took him out shooting, and you can tell right away that he was doing this every time he pulled the trigger because he was shooting low left. Everything was going low left, and he was doing that. That's the jerking of the trigger to me. But once you hold the gun, trigger doesn't really matter. You just slap that bitch as fast as you can.
Yeah, I shot competitions when I was young, in my teens, 13, 14, 15 years old. I was shooting competition. Back then, it wasn't called IDPA and IPSC and all that other stuff. That didn't exist then. But I was doing the equivalent of those, as well as some other stuff. But yeah, I used to shoot competition a lot.
I just think the competition is probably the best training for the regular civilian guy, okay? Because you get a lot of trigger time, you get put down, guns down, the rounds down range, and you kind of simulating some kind of little higher stress situation because you're trying to do good and all that. So your adrenaline is rushing and all that. So, that's why you got all these top shooters also training special operations, SWAT teams and all that. So I just, in my opinion, I think everybody should go shoot some kind of competitions.
All right, so Pops is all on these red dot sights right now, and these optics. Me, I love my iron sights. I'm sorry, man. I'm not as long as I can see. I'm gonna use my damn regular iron sights. I'm not screwing around with no optic. I'm good.
I'm never going back to the iron sights. I'm an optic guy. I just everybody around me that switched to optic. Nobody wants to go back to the iron sights.
What about you, Matt? You a fan of optics? Not a fan of optics?
I have one gun with a red dot on it. I can do without it. It doesn't matter to me. It's for me. My first shot is slower with the red dot. If I'm actually going to my sights, if I'm going to the dot, my first shot is slower than it is with iron sights. But follow-ups are faster and more accurate. It's a tighter group with the red dot. So considering the fact that my highest probability of using my gun, my pistol, is within 21 feet, and you can damn near hit something at 21 feet blindfolded as long as you can hear it. I can do with or without the red dot.
What you got on your rifle?
Red dot. That's farther distance shooting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's pretty much the same thing. You're not running.
It's not at all the same. Because, and I say why. This is why I say that. Because when you have a red dot on a rifle, and your rifle's in in the soft part of your shoulder here, when you bring it up, the red dot is already in alignment. With a pistol, if your wrists are just even a partial degree off, your red dot's off every time.
All right. So in other words, it's just a matter of practice. That's all it is.
I got that problem right there.
It's just a matter of practice, because whenever you shoot pistol with the iron sights, as you're bringing up the gun up, your eyes go for the front sight. Your eyes go front sight and then target. Okay, if you have a red dot, and that's what I did the whole video about. If you have a red dot, you should be looking at the target, and as you bring the gun up, if you practice enough, the moment you bring the gun up, the dot appears, and you're not looking for it. It's right there. So it's just a matter of practice. Rifle, it's the same scenario. The only difference is you got more points of contact. So, but you can still, if you give your rifle to somebody else, and it's not set up for him as far as a cheek rise and all that, he might have the same problem. He puts the rifle on and he can't find the red dot. He might be fishing for it.
I know that at 10 yards, I can take my 19X. It doesn't have a red dot on it. From holster, do a 1 second, maybe 1.1, 0.9, right in that area. First shot, and put that shot right in the center of the head on my brown target.
Why you gotta say brown target? Come on.
On my brown target. I can tell you that it's slower for me with a red dot.
Oh, no, absolutely. I believe you. Because you've been shooting iron sights your whole life. But the red dot on your pistol will show you everything you're doing wrong. It shows you because when you're lining up two sights, front and a rear, you got more room for mistakes. When you're watching the dot, what it does before, after, during the shot, it shows you everything. Yes, there's a learning curve. It takes a little longer, but I personally think if you master the dot, it just makes you a better shooter. I'm a firm believer of that. It's just
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all. I was asked what I thought about him. I'm not arguing that at all, man. Like it's a better focal point. I mean, like you said, you can trace your movements better with it. All that shit is true. I understand that. I've been shooting red dots for 2 years, and I don't know, maybe it's the first 28 years or no, 30, Jesus, 30 some odd years of shooting before that is still getting in the way. But yeah, just for me, I can take them or leave them where I'm at right now in life. I understand what red dots are capable of. I understand that they're their capabilities and how they can increase, like I said, follow-up shots more accurate and faster. It's just the first shot that's slower.
Yep, it's just a matter of finding the dot. That's the whole idea. But once you find it, you're able to track it. I have a same thing if I go, let's say you're shooting and you have to transition to a weak hand. So I go to the weak hand, and it takes me a little longer to find the red dot than with the iron sights. But same thing, the follow-up shots are right there.
All right, so Chico Wise is gonna go red dot soon. So options for someone entry level going in the red dot.
You can't go wrong with the Holosons if you're on a budget. There's nothing wrong with those sights whatsoever. And I kind of proved it, beat the shit out of mine, and that's my carry gun.
I agree with Pops. I think guns, I don't know about 3 years, but I think that probably within the next 10, that all guns are going to come equipped with red dots.
Well, look at rifles. Who carries a rifle with the iron sights? Even in the military, maybe a Taliban, but
No, I had my M4 set up with iron sights as well, because there's times where I remember there's a couple of times where I couldn't use my ACOG because it was like I really had a hard time picking up any targets. It was super bright, and I know that they have a filter on the lens, and I was still having a hard time with it. But for some reason, I don't know why it was. I ended up putting like something on the top of the my rifle to kind of cut down the glare, and it helped. But I believe honestly, if you're a good shooter, you should be proficient with or without optics. To me, iron sights like are an old friend. Like it's familiar. I know what I'm doing. It's easier for me to pick up. I'm not proficient. I'm not solely relying on an optic. Yes, an optic is easy because you pick up targets right away. Where the dot's at is where you're going to hit. It makes it very convenient, but I also think that it also makes people become very lazy. And the reason why I say that is because you sometimes forget certain proper techniques or proper form because you just follow the damn dot and you forget everything else that they ever taught you before about shooting. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody has their own opinion on how that works, but that's how I see it. I think everybody should be proficient in both. Period.
I put irons on my rifles and everything. I think it's silly to go without. All electronics fail. Anything like that'll fail. Eventually, one way or the other, it will fail.
Yeah, but I always feel that you should be proficient in both. You should enjoy both of them because that's it. To me, shooting should be something you enjoy, and it should be something where you're proficient in both. That's just my point of view.
Yeah, well, when you go with that mentality, everything fails. Even iron sights fail. You drop a gun, you bump the front side, and you're off. So everything can fail.
So Fuzz had an interesting comment, and he accused everyone on the panel of relying on your handgun to be your first option, and that's just not the case for me.
That's because it is our first option.
Yeah, if everybody could get a freaking rifle, I'm sure they would. Just saying.
I would carry a Cobb, but he's too heavy. Hell, I don't even carry a gun half the time. I mean, freaking, I'm in the middle of the goddamn woods. I got a better chance of getting jumped by the bear than anybody else.
Well, that's a reason to carry, man. I'm in the middle of Bodock, Iowa. I don't leave my bedroom without a firearm.
Well, the way I'm looking at it, you got to draw a line somewhere. Okay, you don't leave your bedroom without a firearm. Let me ask you this: do you have a fire extinguisher in every room in your house? Do you have a fire extinguisher in every one of your vehicles? And I guarantee half the people will say no. So, if you feel, the way I'm looking at it is like, it's all nice and dandy. But if you feel the need to have a handgun within a hand reach your entire life, you might have to move to a safe neighborhood. I'm not saying I don't have guns throughout the house in strategic locations and whatnot, but maybe I let the guard down because I live in a fairly safe neighborhood. And
I don't have a holster next to my toilet, I promise.
So you just put the gun on top of the toilet?
You mean you don't have a shower gun?
It's strapped behind the tank, just like in The Godfather.
I'm seeing a lot of different comments and people kind of debating in the side chat and all that. Honestly, man, all I can tell you guys got to find what works best for you. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody's a different type of shooter here. You got novices to experts or whatever the case may be. You got to find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we start talking about reloading. You got to look at what press works for you. What stuff works for you. Not everything that's made. Just saying. Everybody has to find what's good for them.
Bulldog said in the tank in a Ziploc. Yeah.
Yo, Mario, what the hell are you watching?
I'm watching the Dodgers, man, because they're playing the Padres, and I hate those motherfuckers.
Smart man will turn the computer the other way around so you can talk to us and watch the goddamn game. But I guess smart.
No, I don't have. because I have all kinds of shit connected to my MacBook. That's why. So we good. But yeah, I mean, anything is. Yeah, I agree with what Razor just put out there. It's everybody's got their own way of doing things.
Yeah, just like not everybody likes Glocks.
Yeah,
I should say almost nobody likes Glocks.
I'll do the best we can with what we have, and if we know there's a battle situation coming, we're all gonna grab our ARs and strap our pistols on our sides and try to use our rifles first. But I agree. You can't walk around with an AR on you all the time. And I work for a school system. I can't even carry it at work, but I got one in my car, and
Yeah. And you know what's really sad now? Let's start thinking about this. I also want to ask this question in the side chat. I know because there's a lot of you guys that actually have your concealed permits. Have anybody asked your employer if it's okay for you to carry at work, and what is usually the response?
Well, I ask myself that every morning, and I tell myself, "Yeah, go ahead."
There's signs on the doors at all of our facilities. Got a pistol with a circle and the line through it, and it's a Beretta 92. The silhouette is. I'm like, okay, I can't have a Beretta, but
yours is a Beretta. We got a revolver in ours.
Yeah,
they're being revolver racists.
There you go, Chico.
I didn't see it. Yep, and that's exactly how I look at it.
The reason why I bring this whole thing up, guys, is that you guys have heard about that shooting that happened. I think it was a FedEx facility in Indianapolis, and how like 6 or 8 people died in that incident. And I'm just wondering what the policy was for FedEx for anybody to carry a gun if you had the training or the permit in order for you to carry it. Honestly, this is my point of what I'm trying to make here, is that I think employers, if you have somebody who is trained, who knows what the hell they're doing, and in many ways can save a life, why are we not giving them an opportunity to carry? We are starting to see more and more workplace violence, and this is going to be a trend that's going to continue to happen. And I'm just wondering why a lot of businesses are not being proactive when it comes to the protecting their employees. They want to do the active shooter drills and bullshit like that. And what does that consist of? Oh, you need to fucking hide. Turn the lights off your fucking door and lock it and make sure nobody can get in. Like, seriously? I just think there needs to be we need to stop, resorting to that. I mean, I think that's good for some people, but I don't think if it's always easy for others. To me, getting rid of the threat is the best way for you to counter it.
Well, here's my thought on it. Okay, there's 2 instances. You can carry a gun and you're not supposed to. Like Jamie works for a school, so that's pretty much a felony if you bring the goddamn school over there. Okay, that's a different story. But if you work for somebody else and it's not specifically forbidden, you don't have it in the contract, there's nothing on the door or whatever, then you're just not supposed to. So as long as it's concealed. Nobody knows. You keep your mouth shut. Done.
And I wanna answer a question that Poco Loco just put out, and I think this falls into what a lot of people have a tendency of thinking of how California really is. California is not as liberal as any of you guys might think. I live in a very Republican red county. We have the highest CCW out of everybody in the state. Not everybody in the state is like that. If you look at the central heartland of California, most of us are conservatives. Most of us, have concealed carry permits. So unless you lived in the state and you really are kind of really into what has happened in the state, I really feel that we need to get off that ignorance, man. Really do. Because honestly, it really fucking irritates me. It really does. And I just find it that we need to do a little more research before we start making comments like that.
And see, Grano brings up an excellent point here, because if you run outside and you run to your car and you can get to your car, you can leave. If you go back in, you are now a whole different situation, and you're going to put yourself in a whole different situation, especially when the cops show up.
I mean, it's just my way of thinking, and a lot of people can say it's a liability issue, whatever the case may be. Well, it's a liability issue if you let 7 or 8 people, die, because the what do you think the families are going to do? They're going to go to civil court and going to sue the shit out of the company because they didn't protect their people. So it's damn if you do and damn if you don't. We need to get off this pussy ass fucking mentality.
Well, and Razor brings up an excellent point. It's what you're willing to do and the consequences that follow. Again, it's posted at my job, stuff like that. Honestly, I don't care, because just like you said, Mara, there's been a huge increase in all that stuff going on. And where I work, for example, I work in the back of the plant. 9 times out of 10, that back door is open, wide open. Anyone can come in there. So yeah, I'm not risking my life because they're dumbass.
Hey Mario, I hate to break it to you because I'm in the same state. If the majority of you were conservative, you wouldn't be a fucking democratic state. So majority of the fucking Californians are fucking the rest of the Californians in the ass, just like we get the same crap in New York.
Well, yeah, no, I get you, but I think
Chico Wise says it best right there. No employer is going to protect you, especially if you're off their property. So every day, it's his obligation, his responsibility to make it home to his family. Exactly it.
And that's why I have one as close to me as I can. Now, you guys are getting all judgmental out there in the side chat because saying that guns get stolen out of cars. If you get to your car, you can leave. Yeah, I'll probably leave before unless my coworkers are in critical danger. And look, guys, at my work, you have to punch a code to get in the door. The doors stay locked all the time. If any stuff starts going down, it's probably because somebody that works there went postal. So what do you do with that? Am I supposed to leave my gun at home because I can't carry it on my person at work?
No, and I get you, but I mean, I think there's also, I guess, a prime example would be, there's certain high schools in Texas. They actually put a freaking sign that says we do have people that are armed in this facility. If you try to do any kind of violence, you're going at your own risk. I think if we feel that we're going to put some sort of little freaking circle with a gun on it, and you think that's going to somehow deter people from doing it, I just don't agree with it. I think in the long run, you're just making things worse, because how many times people have violated that crap and they don't give a damn.
It creates more of a soft target for criminals. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When it comes to having a firearm in your vehicle, yeah, I've got a separate lock safe that's tethered to my vehicle, and it's tethered in such a fashion that it'll be easier to steal my vehicle than to try to take that thing out of my vehicle. So I'm comfortable when I need to leave a firearm in the vehicle, but I don't leave a firearm in the vehicle 24/7. The only time that thing is in the vehicle is when I'm somewhere where I can't have it. If I got to go into the post office, I'm not allowed to carry it in the post office. So be it. So it gets locked in the vehicle.
Well, bottom line, you have a concealed weapons permit. You go through a background check, especially in this state. It takes a freaking year to get a goddamn permit. Okay, so if I go through all this process, I should be able to carry the gun anywhere. I don't see a reason why I should not be able to carry the gun anywhere. Okay, maybe not go to court or whatever. All right, so let's skip that. But I should be able to go with a gun anywhere. It's really weird. Like I go to my daughter's school. Well, not now, but before all this shit, I go to my daughter's school, and one of her friends' father is a cop. So he would show up and he would just open carry the gun in the school, like kind of rubbing the shit in. Didn't even bother putting a jacket on. So like, how is he a better man than me? He can carry and I can't. And I guarantee I'm a better shot. I guarantee I got more time behind the gun than him. So like, that don't make a sense. So once you have a CCW, you should be able to carry everywhere, and there should be like a national reciprocity as well. Because once you've vetted in one state, I don't see a reason why you should be looking up at any stupid laws. Oh, I'm going to Ohio. Can I carry the gun? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going through New Jersey. I have to lock it up because I can't do it in New Jersey. Like, what the hell? That's just retarded.
Yeah, in order to get our concealed weapons permits, we don't go through a state background check. We go through a federal background check. So why the hell is it only valid in our state is asinine.
Yep. And it's just, I'm kind of tired that I'm not saying the law enforcement doesn't deserve better, but when it comes to it, just the fact that you don't have to be cop. You could be a CO. You could be a constable somewhere. Now you consider law enforcement. You can carry everywhere, with the exception of the federal buildings and courts.
Yeah, it just comes down to you and what you're willing to do. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I've said it before. I'm driving through Chicago. I don't care. I got a gun on me. I'm driving through fucking Chicago. I'm not dying because I'm just
and you should. Fuck that. They'll look at you like, white boy, and he's tall. Let's get him.
No, I don't care. I'd rather take the risk of what's going to follow if something happens than, getting my ass shot because I don't have my gun on me.
Yeah, no, I get you. And like I tell you, I appreciate everybody's point of view on all this. I just sometimes feel that things were a little different, especially when it comes to that aspect of it. Because, I mean, how many times do you hear these workplace shootings, and it's like, and I mean, the first thing that politicians want to do is like, oh, we need to get more gun restrictions and stuff like that. That's going to save everything. That doesn't do shit. We all know that.
Okay, let me tell you about that. It was brought up FedEx. There was a FedEx shooting down in between me and Chico, and right there close to where you used to work, Scotsman, in Kennesaw, which has a law that if you own a home in their town, then you are required to own a firearm. Okay, then FedEx has this no guns at work for FedEx employees. So a former employee comes and shoots the place up. Oh, and it's always a disgruntled former employee. Y'all ever notice that? So
of course,
yeah. So that's what happens there, and what happened there. You make a soft target, people are going to get shot up.
Alan, you were going to say something. What you got, buddy?
Well, so I'm not allowed to carry inside of my facility at work, but they go to send me somewhere the other day, and they said, "Oh, and before you leave, you might want to go to your car and get your pistol because we're sending you over to the east side of Des Moines."
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's just like, when I worked in Georgia, for example, technically I was not supposed to carry where I worked in Georgia. And there was a shooting right across the street one evening, not a couple hundred yards away. And yeah, they're telling me I can't carry. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I carried there too. I didn't care. I was surrounded by guns as well, but that's not the point. The thing is, if you're sitting there and you're asking for permission to defend your own life, there's a fucking problem. You don't need permission to defend yourself.
Well, it could be worse. It could be like in Europe.
It could be, but even back home, when I was back home, if I had to do something, I'd do it, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and turn around and go, well, I can't do that because it's against the law. I don't have permission from the government. No, fuck that. If I need to defend myself, I'm gonna defend myself. Period. Deal with the consequences later. Rather be alive and deal with consequences than be fucking dead.
Yeah, well, in this day, you shoot somebody, you're gonna wish you're dead. I guess California is the same way.
No, and it's well, it just depends. It just depends on the county, guys. Like LA County, I really don't like going down there because I know even though I have a CCW, if I ever had to shoot somebody over there, they're gonna throw the book at me. I don't give a shit. And on top of that, they'll be like, "Oh, you former military. Oh, you know what? You were trained in this and that." And they'll throw more shit at you.
Oh yeah,
but like where I live, I know the district attorney. I mean, like I helped her with her freaking election. So and I've had like a lot of talks.
I thought you were going to say that you helped her move her fridge or something.
Why do I have to be of domestic capacities all the fucking time? Fuck, I look like goddamn Jeeves.
Well, you don't look like a freaking math tutor, so okay, shut up.
Math tutor. That's freaking hilarious, bro. That's a good one. I'll give you that one. No, but I think it just depends on where you go. There's certain counties that I would not want to carry a gun, and it's sad, because I know that the information it's even worse. Yes, I do have carry insurance as well, but I honestly don't trust it. Not really, I just rather not go to places where I know that if I ever get into an altercation, it could be bad, So, I'm kind of limited as to where I want to go. But yeah, there's still plenty of places in California that they're usually pretty good, pro-gun friendly, and they're it wouldn't be so bad if you get in an altercation. But yeah, LA County, fuck no. San Diego County, nope. I would not go around those places. But it's
LA County, San Diego County. I mean, you can get out into Ventura and it's all golden.
Yeah,
but you get like anywhere near Sacramento. or the Bay Area. Forget all that noise. Don't even think about doing it. You get up into like Shasta County and whatnot. I mean, I've literally pulled up next to a sheriff out in the middle of nowhere and said, "Hey, I'm planned on going over here and doing some target shooting. Is that an okay place for you?" He goes, "Yeah, I was over there last weekend." I mean, made it really obvious exactly what I was there to do.
Chico, that's a good point, brother. When you at home, man, you ain't got nowhere else to run to. Now, like they were saying earlier, something goes on at work, I can make it to my car. I can get in my car and I can leave. Road rage, somebody's going down the road and they start shooting at you, you can stop. or go the other way. You can turn and drive away, all this kind of stuff. But when you're in your house, you ain't got nowhere else to run to.
Yep.
No. At that point,
I think that's a great point. I would I definitely believe that what Chico's saying is like I would never, it's my home, it's my place it's my castle, I shouldn't have some sort of politician or some freaking lawyer trying to dictate what I do. I mean, you can take me to court all you want, I don't care. Oh yeah. Oh, but the only person that can carry a freaking firearm, there's only one CCW in San Francisco, and that happens to be Dianne Feinstein.
No.
She's the only one that has one. The only one. So that just tells you how shit is over there. But yeah, it is what it is. The San Francisco, the place where homeless people just shit everywhere, and then they have to have shit crews to come and clean everything. Yeah.
Well, RTT is awfully quiet. He wants to say something, but Mario won't shut up.
I have nothing to add.
Well, we don't have a castle doctrine, and we have a duty to retreat. But since I don't really have no place to go unless I jump out of the window, somebody breaks into my house, I'm shooting.
That's crazy, man. Somebody comes in your house while you and your wife and kids or whatever, whoever lives there, are there, and you're not supposed to try to defend yourself and the people that care, that you love, that matters the most to you. That's crazy.
I have to defend myself. The damn dog won't do it for me.
Yeah, don't bring out the dogs. Dog will roll over, lick the intruder to death. As long as somebody will scratch her belly, she's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York half-ass prep is right. We have get locked up and prosecuted doctrine here. And it's all because of the New York City. This state would be completely different if we didn't buy the freaking Manhattan from Indians for what, a couple $100?
Wow. And constitutional carry needs to pass everywhere. It needs to be a.
Yeah, they're never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. I would settle for a freaking reciprocity through the states, just like a driver's license. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't work. Even if the state has a magazine restriction, you can always just whatever. Okay, you go to New York, then download your freaking max to 10 rounds or whatever, if that's the case. But that's never gonna happen.
So before we get too much into the end here, I'd like to get the panel's opinion on the efforts being made to make Washington, D.C. a state. And what eventually you think that's going to cause in our country?
Again, it's just a power grab. That's all it is. It's adding more to where they're going to have more power and keep them in power. That's all it is. Nothing but a power grab.
Same with Puerto Rico.
Like, I guess 54 electoral votes from California is not enough for these fuckers. Just saying.
It's the same with the pack in the Supreme Court.
Yep. All it is, power grab. Matt, you were going to say something a second ago. Go ahead. Or did you forget again?
I can't remember what it was.
It'll come back.
I have nothing to add.
Well, Mario, if you'd shut the fuck up sometime, you'd get a word in edgeways.
So, Matt, your thoughts on DC becoming a state?
I have no thoughts on it. I honestly, I don't care. I look forward to this country dissolving into 50 individual countries and being done with all of this.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. That's not what the Congress wants. They just want power over the entire country. Now, do you think with the shit that's going down and everything going down, stuff that happened on January 6th and all that, do you actually see that they actually, if they pass all the shit they want, that there's actually might be a chance of another civil war, some kind of uprising, something?
I mean, everything's coming adding to that right now. It's just getting ridiculous.
So
They're trying to push buttons.
the answer to the question, I agree with Ozzy Osbourne. If DC wants representation, then they should be absorbed by one of the surrounding states, either Virginia or Maryland. And Anna Lee Brown asked some good questions. What does it add to the House, numbers wise? How does it add to the Electoral College? If they're their own state, they'll have 2 senators, and that's pretty messed up for a town of 350,000 people.
Move down south.
Yeah,
that's the plan. 2 more years. 2 more years. Tennessee looks better and better every day.
Well, I see if they make DC a state, then they can pass certain laws in that state that they want to, and this goes hand in hand with it being a power grab, that they want those laws to become national. And so then they have a precedence, they have a legal precedence because that law was passed in this state, that other states now can jump on the bandwagon of passing those types of laws.
It's unconstitutional. We know it's unconstitutional. Everybody knows it's unconstitutional. But the left says they have a way around it. The fact that they have to have a way around it should tell you everything you fucking need to know about it. You know? When you have to have a way around it, you know, it's no good.
Yep, absolutely. And it's the same thing with the Supreme Court. They have a way around it because it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, well, that boils down to whoever's pulling Biden's strings.
I just see it as everything's been taken from us. I'm so jaded to the whole process, like the political process matters anymore. You know, it's why you don't see me make videos about call your representative when gun control comes up. Sign that ATF thing. Let them know what you think. Like the ATF, when the ATF said that they wanted to ban braces, like they didn't know people were going to get on that thing, go, I don't want you to do it, and this is why. Like they thought everybody was just going to be like, yeah, go ahead and do it. I mean,
well, see, the whole thing with get on here and sign this for the ATF, you're putting your information to them. They now have your information of what you have, this, that, the other, and it's a whole nother system you fall into and all that shit.
There are no pro 2A politicians out there. Not one, not one, not one. There are no pro 2A politicians out there. Voting doesn't work. And as we just saw with the Chauvin trial, all you have to do is intimidate a jury, and they'll do exactly as you want, and nothing will happen from it. Nothing will happen from it. I mean, it blows my mind that anybody actually thinks there's still a political process left.
Yeah.
And so when you ask me what and no disrespect, Scotsman, but when you ask me what I think about DC becoming a state, my answer is, why does it fucking matter what I think? I'm just a citizen.
But see, that's the thing, though. You're not just a citizen. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of get thrown off is it's not you're just a citizen. It's we the people. We're supposed to be the ones that are in fucking charge.
It was.
And so, we got to figure out what it is we have to do to get it back that way. And
nothing you're gonna do to get it back. That the only something really drastic will need to happen.
And something drastic does need to happen.
Because the tree of liberty needs to be refreshed by the blood of tyrants and patriots from time to time, and that's exactly what it means. And you know what? I hate to say it, but I think with a big turmoil or something's going to happen, and it's going to happen same way like it happened when, for example, in Czechoslovakia when the revolution started, the students went to the street. They got beat up by the cops. And it just led to a chain reaction, and something like that's going to happen. It's going to be one simple guy who's going to get shot somewhere or something. Just like the whole Black Lives Matter over the George Floyd, when the same thing for the Patriots. So everybody will wake the fuck up and actually do something.
I mean,
I wonder if on January 6th, when a handful of people actually broke in, if the rest of the people that were outside would actually follow the suit. I was there. I never think twice of going in because I got a family and all that. But at some point, you got to put it aside and fight for the future of the family. So I wonder if when I was there was at least 300,000-400,000 people outside. If all of them really went in, the police had no chance whatsoever.
And I hate this. I hate people saying this that we're all screwed. We're not screwed. That's a defeatist attitude. And one-on-one, I know you better. That's a defeatist attitude. We should not have a defeatist attitude. One way or another, whether it comes to a head, we will take back what is ours. Period. Do not have a defeatist attitude. All right. With that being said, we'll start going through the room. I do have to go to work tonight, so we'll start with Matt. What you got, brother?
I have nothing to add. Thanks for having me on. Interesting chat room tonight. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. All the pleasure. Jamie?
Thanks for the link. Appreciate you having me. Thanks for putting up with me. Always great spending time with you guys on Sunday evening. Getting ready for a tough week of work. Y'all check us out on Friday nights at 8 o'clock at Georgia Shooting Connection channel. We have a reloading type live stream, which is pretty fun most of the time. So y'all drop by and check us out. Thanks again, guys.
Absolutely. Val?
Thanks for having me. Good chat. And I got to put up the video to show Daniel, whatever the hell his name is, that his shitty ass bullets work a little less shitty than last time.
Would you two just get a fucking room already? I swear. You guys are ridiculous.
Listen, drama sells. Okay, that's what a Yankee Marshal does.
Yep. Battle Bean, what you got, brother? Oh, he's gonna shut the fuck up. Okay, all right. We'll go with that. Alan, what you got, brother?
Well, thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you again for the birthday wishes. I do want to say that Dunlop guitar picks are arguably the best guitar picks. Other than that, keep your orange juice full and your snot rag close.
All right, awesome. Lots of good conversation tonight. Side chat was blowing up. You guys are awesome out there. Appreciate everyone out there. And with that being said, Alan, you want to take us out as you should?
Jamie, may you, sir.
Well, okay. We appreciate y'all coming. Be here next week at 7 o'clock Sunday night. Woo!